looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Longhorns' return man hardly helped. With that one. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And that's going to be the challenge. Tonight is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
He's got his man. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to pass, it's Cantrell. Pocket starts to collapse. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's cut. The Longhorns will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. First run of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Rebels offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Humphrey. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moving it forward just right. This feels like 4 down territory. 3rd and short from the 40. On the gun. Wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. The give to the tailback. He breaks a tackle. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Looking to pass. It's Savage. Fires to the big fella. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Makes the grab at the 10. And he'll hold it and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
Other play call nowadays, they don't work more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it at the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Cantrell. Coming after him. And a sack all the way back to the 5. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Wide out in motion. On on second down, wants to throw it. Makes the pass. Complete downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the Scots. The Rebels are threatening in the red zone. To the ground with the back. And into the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Michigan State is ahead in East Lansing, but that's not exactly Kenneth Walker III out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Nebraska. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this QB already in the first quarter has taken some serious punishment. Got sacked a bunch, got hit a bunch. He's been targeted a lot. This offense needs to find some answers before we're going to be looking at his backup playing some serious snaps.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting a fast playmaker on the ground.
A third and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Cantrell. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground, their third sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
Spins away from one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They'll run the screen. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer.
Okay, ready?
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to get the first through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. They'll try to pick up the first. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Trust territory. I don't think the quarterback was ever thinking about coming off the field.
Surprised if the QB convinced the coach to go ahead and do it from the way it looked.
Oh, 100%. Coach, we got this. Absolutely. We want more points. We've got to go for it. I believe in my guys. The players always try to go for it.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the field. Great job.
Miles ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down line.
It's complete to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it. Made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Back to throw, it's Savage. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, UNLV. They've got the lead and tried to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They just haven't been able to get anything. Better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half. And it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Gets the job done on 3rd downs. He gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then Dave shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys. She's like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great.
Makes the grab on the left side. Oh, look out. Touchdown, UNLV. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Here comes the Texas offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Back to throw, it's Cantrell.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they focus.
Motion from the offense. Looking for a crease to the left. He's loose at the 15. Open runway ahead. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Longhorns!
That's the kind of play that might happen only one time in your life if you're lucky. It's like a hole-in-one in golf. A 99-yard touchdown run.
When you get almost 100 yards on the day, you're happy. When you get it on one carry, it's even better. They give it to him. Once he gets past that second level, no one catches him all the way to the house. 99 yards.
He'll call for the fair catch here. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this...
He lobs one high down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
How great is it to have a running back? You can basically run your entire route tree. You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field get open and make a big play. This dude is special.
They'll throw it on first down. He'll take another shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth it. And that play had no chance. And you sell pass, and you want to sneak the draw in there. The idea is to get those defensive linemen, Palmer, running up the field. But it's almost like they knew what was coming, and they shut that down quick.
Yeah, and so you're running the play. It's not going to be a great look defensively. As a quarterback, then, you've got to do a real good job of trying to sell pass. And I think he just hurried it a little bit too much. That play didn't look like it was going to have a chance anyways, but the quarterback, he's got to be a better athlete.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebel. The 18 unit on the field. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. Unbelievable job blocking.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Nice move to keep moving. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And he's now over 150 yards, and burnt orange is leaving scorched earth on the ground.
Just burning them up, man. Just keep feeding him the rock. This is a guy that you 100% know exactly what you're going to get, and you're going to get great production like great Texas running backs of old.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Finds his tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Longhorns in the hurry up. Scanning the field, it's Cantrell. Floats it out in space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He whips that one in nicely.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Working in the middle of the field, he knew he needed to rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Now improvising. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
You know, this tight end's a weapon in the passing game. He runs good routes, normally has good hands, but didn't have them there.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. They're trying to get to it. He's got it already. And the tackle was made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They were backed up in their own end. Now a bit of a change of scenery there across the 35. First and 10 from the 36. To the air, it's Savage. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge game in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to throw. Brown behind the line. It's Jordan. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas.
And the Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. They'll start this third quarter with a run. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
The back goes in motion. Back to pass. It's Savage. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
He's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and just got enough of the football there by the defender, breaking on the football, getting his hand on it. He couldn't bat it down, but he got a fingertip on it, tipped that thing away from the receiver, made the big play, saving the touchdown.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lets one fly deep. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Rebels! And the pummeling has started. He has been surgical, precision passing, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just he's been down the throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Line gets set, first down. Movement here from the tight end. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Reads the tackle, and he's got room. And that's a live ball. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, I love the big hits. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
The throw. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
I love that play call. Quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation.
And toward the end zone, and they knock it loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And that's hard to swallow. You're in scoring position. You got set up perfectly inside the 5-yard line. Everything looking good. You can't. Ball, you got to take care of it. Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The inside handoff. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
This running back just doesn't get around easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and short, I think the offense was probably expecting a blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up 4th.
And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Handoff to the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Gives it to the back on the draw. At the 20, he's got space. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now on 1st down from the 30.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
The give to the back. Bulldozes his way through. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Valley starter.
From the gun, running back on the move. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Quickly complete. And they're able to make the tackle.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide. Dump him the...
Fires into traffic and intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20th to 19-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. Out of the gun, the inside kick. Nifty run there. Pick up of 6 out through the 25.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. Right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit.
Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. To the air, it's Savage. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, and you can... This in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Michigan State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. Sparty has picked itself up off the canvas before, and this group is capable of it again today.
Trying to get the corner on the jet sweep.
It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Nebraska. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. The 12 and 12 off the RPO. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the move and looking deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Humphreys. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to run for it. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt.
He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Savage. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field.
Here we go.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Oh, he makes the catch. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Now on 1st down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
Fires to the wideout. And he left that one short, trying to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Starting to feel a little pressure. At the 40, there he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they corral the ball so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. Good presence of mind by the quarterback there to not panic when the ball went on the ground and able to get it back.
I'd just like to see better ball security reads from the quarterback, too. You know, you got to keep 2 hands on the ball at all times. It doesn't matter. You're looking to...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Long, just pass every single time. In your ears back, go get the quarterback. Great job by the defense understanding the situation. Everybody flying upfield, putting pressure. Know the quarterback's going to hold it. Get to him, strip, sack. You get the rock.
And his throw is incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
On the
If
set.
they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, UNLV. And the route is on. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And they did tack on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit goal, you need some mojo, something needs to go your way.
At this point in the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And now on second down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Cantrell. Makes the grab over the middle. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29.
Cricket.
He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
Got it.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long, under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead.
And that pass picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game. The defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On the double.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Savage. Feeling some heat. Trying to get to it. Gonna try to get it himself. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Ready up.
And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs.
Set.
The give as they work on that clock. Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line.
Okay, ready?
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Pound 55 quick and keeps the ball.
Looking for a physical attack. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory.
On the set.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty coming, just the moving They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and O's, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. He's
for plays just like that to make the INT almost put this one away.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases.